Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Ryan Mahalik or Superstyle Gaming here, and I'm really excited to start doing some commentary over other people's gameplay. So this is KOTH on the right side versus Deez Nuts on the left side, and this is for the KOTH Season 3 Championships. Starting map is Inlets, it looks like, and it looks like we're going I think Boat Mortar versus Eco Sub Bomb Ice. Very interesting strategy from Deez. I haven't really seen the strategy before, so we'll see how he pulls this off. Looks like KOTH goes for his grape shot. Once I see Eco, I pretty much just go straight for my mortar, because the mortar is a lot better against group balloons, so it'll save him some money in the future. Then he sends him some reds just to force that airburst starts, it looks like. I'm really not sure if Eco's that good on this map, in my opinion, because you can anti-stall the rounds pretty easily with the boat and mortar, but it looks like he's not really trying to anti-stall them that well, so that's good for Deez on the left side. He's just max ecoing with blues right now, pretty standard stuff. If KOTH decides to send him greens, he's going to have to get more defense though, because one airburst is not enough. So he goes for his cannon. Expected. I guess the strategy could be good. You have a stall and you have the cannon, of course, for like Moabs and BFBs and stuff, but I just feel like you're not gonna be able to get much eco without a village to help you get eco, and with the anti-stall that can happen against you. We'll see what sub spot he uses, because there's a sub spot up here, which is the best sub spot. It has like the most map coverage, but it will anti-stall, which is the problem. So he might use the sub spot down here by his bomb for his reactor. He got up to 640 eco, which is good, but oh, he's still going. Maybe he might be over ecoing at this point. Okay, that was a lot of eco. Yeah, he's got to watch out now. So it looks like he is going to go for that top sub spot. We'll see if he can afford it. He ecoed really hard, but again, KOTH did not anti-stall the rounds, so. Okay, he actually ends up going for an all-out. We'll see if this is a defend. He's got a reactor and a cluster, and it looks like that was just an easy defend. Even going for 700 eco, he was still able to afford both of those, so that's pretty surprising, in my opinion. And now it looks like KOTH on the right side's in a difficult spot after wasting all that money on that rush. Looks like Deez goes for the all-out, or sells his cluster rather. And there's no chance of defending, so that's game one. That was a quick game. I can see why he all-outed him, because he was so greedy on his eco, but still was able to afford a cluster and a reactor, so that's definitely a good defend there. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright, it looks like KOTH's losing map was Swan Lake, and we got some boat boomer versus boat mortar action going on, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see how this goes. In this circumstance, the boat boomer player is obviously going to play more aggro because he has a better early game, worse late game strategy, while the boat mortar player is going to play more passive and just try to survive pretty much till later rounds. Looks like okay, they both send each other pinks just to force the faster shooting, and then go and farm on. As the boat boomer player, I would honestly just send constant pinks, because you're gonna make them leak with just a 1-1 boat. So that's normally what I like to do, but again, I don't really play boat boomer that much. I'm a boat mortar player. They use pretty much the same second boat spot. I kind of like KOTH spots on the right a little bit more, because the way it works is if you put on close, it'll attack directly on this like peninsula part, and then the grapes will kind of spread out and hit the balloons on these two on this like M shape, which is really good. This spot will kind of, the close targeting can kind of mess up because it's a little bit more to the right. So it looks like the mortar player is the one sending constant blacks. Very interesting. Again, I think he should be playing more passive here. He sent barely, yes, mortar player sending yellows. I don't really understand that play, to be honest. He's gonna need a destroyer up here for whites as well. So we'll see. Yep, Deez does not force the destroyer, and then the mortar player sends whites as well. So KOTH's playing some aggro boat mortar against boat boomer, which is very interesting. And it looks like Deez ends up all outing him. 3 destroyers with a mortar should defend. Oh nope, he ends up going down. Probably if you put this one on close down here, so it wasn't chasing, that would have defended. Or instead of going for like a 3rd destroyer, you can also go for a balloon buster, and that would have defended. But since those destroyers were chasing at the end, they weren't put to the maximum efficiency, so he ended up going down there. So now it's 1-1 going into Deez Nuts losing map. I'll catch you guys there. Alright, we'll see if this game's a little bit longer. The first 2 games were really short. It looks like we have Tack Wizard versus Dartling Bomb. I've never seen Dartling Bomb on this map before. I don't think Dartling's very good on 2-way maps, to be honest. And that's speaking from a Dartling player, so very interesting seeing Dartling Bomb here. Unless it's A game, of course. A game Dartling Bomb's really good because the bomb spot is just super good. And like the AI path doesn't really block the synth path, or on this map you can kind of have those issues. So this is kind of like the same kind of theory with the boat mortar versus boat boomer game. Tack Wiz is a lot better early game, so he's gonna have to play aggro and kind of try to drain Dartling Bomb with like BFB rushes, UMG rushes, reroll leads, those type of rushes. Dartling Bomb can struggle to. Wow, Tack Wizard can pretty much easily defend those. So he starts his aggro with some greens. That just forces a 0-0 bomb. He boosts some blacks over. I don't really think that's gonna do anything, to be honest. Kind of a waste of a balloon boost in my opinion. Blacks won't really do anything if you have a powerful darts and especially a bomb with it. Here I'd probably send the Dartling Bomb players some yells as well. You'd have to send quite a bit, but eventually you'd force that cluster and probably balloon boost them as well, just to force the defense easier. Looks like Deez sends him a set of leads just to force the wizard. So he's farming pretty well right now, mostly because he didn't force a cluster bomb until round 11. Looks like we got some camo regrow leads. That's gonna force the Dragon's Breath probably. Yep. So we'll see if he can pull off Dartling Bomb on this map. I haven't really seen it before, as I said. This is probably the same plutonium spot I would use, because you want it down here where the synth path would come with like leads and stuff, because that's the main purpose of it, to like kind of break down regrow leads and not let the regrow leads like exploit the bomb and that type of stuff. So here he sends some leads, a set of regrow leads, and then a ceramic. That honestly is not a very good rush against Dartling Bomb. Just sending a bunch of regrow leads and then like zebras over it is kind of what you want to do. So he sends some camo zebras here. That forces a boost. Oh, you can't go for your BIA if you're down a boost. Pretty much. That's just asking for him to sell it again. So it looks like that's what Bosco's gonna do, or Deez. He's just gonna force him to sell it because he doesn't have a boost. Gets up his laser cannon, defends that, but of course he sold his BIA, so yeah, you don't want to go for your BIA when you just boosted, pretty much. I make that same mistake sometimes too, though, because you really do need the BIA. Now KOTH's forced to do some aggro as well, since he can't BIA anymore. But at this point, Deez on the left is definitely in a better spot after forcing that sell of the BIA. Even though KOTH's farming pretty well, he's gonna get drained to BFBs and stuff at this point. He sends some leads with round 19 AI, and then he sends a bunch of camo ceramics. We'll see if he can defend this. This was pretty much a rush out of the blue, and it looks like he defends. Yeah, pretty good defend. Bosco sends some Moab with Camo Ceramics behind. And then he sends all out Camo Region Rainbows. It's going to be close. Oh, and Golden ends up actually winning that. I thought all hope was lost for him. After debating that boost with the Camo Ceramics, all outing with the Camo Region Rainbows was definitely a smart play. Kind of a way to kind of claw back the game after forcing that BAA cell. So definitely a good play there. Now we'll go to the next game. Catch you guys there. Alright, it looks like the next game is on Ghostly Coast. We've got some Boat Boomer versus Boat Boomer gameplay here. I go Boat more on this map personally. I think if you can pull it off, it's hard to defend those mid-game rushes, but it's just so much better late game, so that's kind of why I choose it. They both go for a heavy eco start here. 275. Wow. I never really see people go that high on eco at the start. I normally go 260 with Boat Boomer, but both force the grape shot. Looks like Gold on the right's trying to force a faster shooting. He ends up boosting it. That's very interesting because he only would have leaked like 40 lives, and I think a boost is definitely more valuable than like 40 lives. Then he just ends up getting his faster shooting later. I don't really understand that boost, to be honest. Is he gonna boost against these greens too? Okay, so he ends up, yeah, boosting against the greens and leaking a ton. So now he's down 2 boosts. Even though he has an out farm, I definitely would rather be in go to choose on the right, having more eco and draining 2 boosts from your opponent on round 7. I guess you don't really need boosts that much with Boat Boomer, but it's still much better to have them. Round 8, he sends him some yells. He forces 1 boost back, but he gets some yells sent his way. He goes for a 3rd faster shooting grape shot. Really at that point I'd start getting up my boomer probably, because you're just going to have to sell that grape shot later on when you can keep the boomer and not have to waste money selling. Round 11, he goes for some whites. He sells the boat, goes for a bionic. Definitely the play there. Sends some whites the other way and he goes for bionic. So he does have a slight out farm. He's getting out ecoed by about 60, but he is down a boost and a lot of lives. Got a camo rush going. That forces a farm sell. So now they are tied in farms. And he has to boost. Oh my gosh. Now he's out of boosts. He could be susceptible to an all out at this point. So it looks like he's going to end up all outing his opponent because he knows he would die to an all out. And that should be an easy defend. Bionic on boost defends all outs. And yeah, Deez ends up going down because he just used so many boosts early game. So the score is 2-2 going to the final map. These have been some really short games, so we'll see if this last one's a little bit longer. Alright, so looks like we do have a much longer map. We got Lunarius Swamp, so probably gonna take as much time on this map as our last 4 maps. But we'll see how this goes. We've got eco again from Deez. Ice bomb sub. Really, I don't know if that strategy is that good. You don't have the village, which you kind of need with eco strategies in my opinion. The village ability is just so good, and of course you get that extra eco. But I guess you can greed pretty hard early game with this, because you have the reactor, along with the cluster and that type of stuff. So we'll see. He's facing Heli Ice. So Heli Ice is definitely really good late as well. And he's just, Gold on the right side is going to have a huge money lead because farms, you're going to get a lot more money than eco late game. Unless you have sniper farming, which, of course, Deez does not. Smart rush here. He barely sacrifices eco to boost some whites, boost some pinks his way, and that forces another ice and some leaks. I'm surprised Deez has not, Goated on the right side has not sent him pinks, because he's kind of just chilling with that ice all alone. But his eco is insane right now. He's got 650 before round 7 is over. So you can eco very hard with this strategy, which is definitely a plus. But I've never seen this eco strategy before until he started using it. He goes for his airburst starts here, just for the white balloons. But now he is anti-stalling the round, sadly, because of that airburst start. You can see how he was still ecoing into the end of round 9. That's just the strength of this strategy. I guess you can eco very hard early game. In comparison to like my favorite eco strategy, Tack Ninja Village, you need a Ring of Fire and a Camo Village on round 13. I mean round 12, so you can't eco as hard. So he goes for his reactor. I think this reactor spot will handle all out regrow rainbows, so I don't really know why he has his rest of his defense there. Maybe he just wants to keep that sub for ceramics on later rounds. He does a big rush there. Honestly, not the best play. I didn't really force anything, and you would have been better just using your money on eco balloons. He allowed, surprisingly, Goated on the right side did get a round 13 BIA, so it's definitely very solid. Again, he's rushing him with camo balloons as an eco player. I mean, his eco is extremely good, but I wouldn't really waste money on that, to be honest. As an eco player, I would just be focusing on getting as much eco as possible the whole game, pretty much. It's not really worth sending those camo rushes. Sometimes I would send like leads because they're basically eco balloons, but camo balloons are so much more expensive. He goes for an ice down here, which I don't really understand that. Maybe it's just for leads if he sends them later on. And he's still max ecoing low. So you can see he has 1755 eco on round 19. That's pretty insane. I guess the strategy, you can just get a ton of eco. We'll see if Goated sends him a BFB. It does not look like it. I was wondering what BFB defense he would use. So now he sends 2 camo ceramics as well. Again, I don't really understand these rushes. I would just be sending pinks the whole time right now, because he's not Goated's not going down to any of those things, and you're kind of sacrificing some eco. So yeah, his eco is very solid though. 2800 around 22. But this is the point where Village would definitely be better, because you'd be getting 20% more eco from all your sins at this point. I feel like Deez would honestly go down to an all-out right now. Actually, no, he has the ice stall. I'm wrong. He could use the sub ability and then ice stall and stuff like that. It would be close though. So I guess that's another strength with this strategy, is you can kind of chill with limited defense because you have an ice stall, and you could just forward a the sub ability later on to just kind of wipe out the all out. So it allows you to greed harder. But I still don't know about its late game potential because you are lacking that village ability. I wonder if switching ice for village would be better with this strategy. Looks like Gold on the right has pretty much max farms already on round 27, so definitely very solid. And then we have about 5500 eco on Deez's side, so he has very good eco as well. So this game's definitely going to go late, as both of them have a lot of money, and it's not even ramped CMGs yet. Not really sure which way this game's going to go, because Bosco definitely has a better late game loadout, but of course he is going to be down on money because farms are just so much better for money. So it looks like he starts sending some space CMGs on round 30, And Deez is still ecoing into them. That's ecoing on round 31. That's very strange. I kind of would just use all my money for defense at this point. So Ice cleans that up pretty easily. Round 30 ZMGs are not super strong yet. And all of the mob maulers. I wonder if he has them on he probably has them on strong at the moment. He doesn't really look like he's going for mob assassins yet. Just a mauler spam. And he's still ecoing. Wow. The ice there is definitely very good though. Around those loops, ice can be really strong. So it looks like he's gonna stop around 7,000 eco maybe? Nope, he keeps going, okay. So it's gonna be very interesting. I don't know if you guys know, but the rule with eco is it takes 2 minutes and 50 seconds, 2.5 minutes to make your eco money back, like from the balloons you send. So I'm guessing that Deez is planning on this game lasting more than 2.5 minutes from this point. The ice shards is just cleaning up so well. I'm surprised how easily he's defending these ZMGs at this point. And now he's getting up some mob assassins just to break down that CMG layer. Pretty expected. I wonder if he's going to go for any sub abilities. That's a lot more expensive, obviously, but they are better than the assassin abilities. He is still ecoing in round 36. That is surprising, for sure. Because he's eventually going to have to send golded on the right balloons, which will just drain his eco. I would have stopped by now for sure. Okay, looks like he has stopped ecoing. He has pretty much max maulers down. He's upgrading them all to assassins, so smart there. Doesn't look like he's gonna go for any what's it called? Any sub abilities, which is interesting. Of course, he doesn't have to get any impacts because the ice will just clean up all of the insides as well, which is really nice. So around 39, it looks like he starts sending him fast cooldown ZMGs, and then goaded counters with the bunch on round 39 as well. So this is where it's going to get really close. We have a tower boost from goaded, a boost from Deez as well. The mobs are getting pretty far though. Oh, that's AI mobs, but still, I don't think either of them are honestly going to defend this. We'll see though. They both have ice stall. Goated, Deez needs to boost here. He does boost, but the mobs are getting really far. This is getting really close. Oh, it's just so close. I don't really know who's gonna win this. It looks like Deez is in a worse spot right now. The mobs are a bit farther on his side. And it looks like he ends up losing connection. Okay, well, I think from what I heard is that goated actually ends up winning this game after he reconnects. Yeah, that's what happens. So goated wins the series 3-2. Definitely very interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary over other people's gameplay. Definitely something new to me, so I'll definitely get better at it in the future, but I hope you guys appreciated it, and there'll be more videos to come, so check those out, and thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.